Nigeria is a great country blessed with abundant natural and human resources. These resources, if properly harnessed, should make the country's economy stronger than it is today. Corruption is one of the major reasons why the country is still witnessing setbacks in many areas of its economic life. Let's join hands to say no to corruption for a greater Nigeria. Good evening, Nigeria, and welcome to the program, The Eagle. My name is Aisha Gambari. With me on the program is Aisha Mohammed. Hello.
Hi, Aisha. Good evening, viewers, and thank you for joining us on another edition of the program. We hope you will sit back and enjoy the program as we take our first break for the day.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Lamurde, has promised to build a robust relationship with the National Lottery Regulatory Commission, NLRC, in fighting the menace of lottery scam and other unwholesome practices in the lottery sector.
Lamurde gave the assurance last week while signing a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the NLRC on ways to effectively combat fraud in the lottery sector in Nigeria.
We will also bring you reports on the arrest of suspected internet fraudsters who disguise their identities by adopting fictitious foreign names to defraud unsuspecting victims in romance scam.
The commission also secured the conviction of 2 pipeline vandals and oil thieves who were sentenced to various terms of imprisonment. Please stay tuned as the program continues right after the break. Don't go away.
Cheers! What is it? Please, keep to yourself.
I got a telephone call.
Anytime I close my eyes,
yes,
I see dead people chasing me in my sleep.
My Jova Magadam.
Is it possible for someone to become restless just because of his past?
Nevertheless, unless you kill somebody dead, then the spirit will be haunted you.
Hey!
Was you all contractors?
I embezzled all the money for the roads that are now death traps, killing people every day. I approved the supplies of fake drugs. On pipe on water, I embezzled the money. I dey fear, Chief.
You are supposed to fear especially now that the people of EFCC are chasing people who are doing to submit other people's money. EFCC, as soon as they capture them, straight to prison.
Chief,
Jail.
How
you are? Life is not just about acquiring wealth, making money. When other people are getting die of hunger and neglect, be careful. EFCC I watch.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
Glad to have you back. We begin the story with the efforts of the Commission at bringing internet fraudsters, also known as Yahoo Boys, to book. Recently, at various points across the country, the Commission arrested a couple of these unscrupulous elements who disguise their true identities to foreign nationals via dating sites, thereby stripping them of their hard-earned money. Golden Agu brings you the report.
A suspected internet fraudster, Dumi Osayomi, also known as Larry, is currently ruining his attempt to compromise operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The 22-year-old, who was arrested following a tip-off about his suspicious flamboyant lifestyle, allegedly offered about 7 million naira as bribe to EFCC operatives so that he could be let off the hook. At the time of his arrest, 2 exotic cars were recovered from him. Osayemi, who claimed to be a Yahoo boy, confessed to have duped one Stephanie, an American lady, the sum of $75,000 with which he acquired some of the seized properties. Also arrested in a similar circumstance is one Sunday Onyena Chidiebere. The 27-year-old alleged fraudster was arrested by the commission in Abuja for defrauding a 70-year-old German, Mary, to the tune of over 14,000 euros in a romance scam. The suspect, who is a promoter and event manager based in Abuja, was alleged to have met the victim on one of the social media platforms in 2011 and developed a relationship with her. In the course of the relationship, Chidiebere started making demands for cash from the German for different reasons, especially money for processing visa to enable him visit her in Germany. The victim, on several occasions, sent money to Chidiebere to meet his demands. After an endless wait, it dawned on the victim that she had been scammed, hence her petition to the EFCC. In a similar vein, a 21-year-old student of Federal Science and Technical College, Yaba, Lagos, Obiechina Chikeloba, was also arrested for allegedly swindling one Kiran Oaks, a UK citizen, of the sum of £54 million. Chikeloba was said to have met the victim on Facebook sometime in 2013. The suspect, using the assumed profile of an American by the name Lisa Jackson, entered into a relationship with the victim, with the pair agreeing to get married. In the course of their relationship, it was alleged the suspect at various times collected money to the tune of £54,000 from Oaks to enable him travel to the UK to meet her. After an endless wait for her supposed fiancé, it dawned on the Briton that she had been conned and consequently petitioned the EFCC. Operatives of the commission arrested Chikeloba in a sting operation in Lagos while attempting to collect a parcel sent to him. He will appear in court as soon as investigation is concluded. In another development, a suspected fraudster, Emofa Michael Ikechukwu, also known as Michael Briggs, has been docked by the EFCC before Justice H.A. Ngajinwa of the Federal High Court, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. He was charged on a 9-count bordering on impersonation, forgery, and obtaining money by false pretense to the tune of over $100,000. The accused person allegedly obtained the sum from his Swiss girlfriend, whom he tricked into investing in a non-existent timber business. Ikechukwu allegedly met his victim on a dating site in February 2013 and struck a relationship that blossomed into promise of marriage. The accused person introduced himself to his victim as a timber tycoon who was in Nigeria to close a business deal. He later informed her that he was having some difficulties with Nigerian officials and requested for loan from her after sending various scam documents offering to partner with the victim in his timber business. By the time she realized that she was dealing with a trickster, she had lost a huge sum of money to the accused. The accused person, however, pleaded not guilty to the charges. In view of his plea, the prosecuting counsel, Sadiq Hussain, applied for a date for trial. After listening to the application, the judge ruled that the accused be remanded in prison custody and adjourned the case to May 13, 2015 for hearing of bail application. Golden Ago reporting for the Eagle.
For me to buy correct motor, for me to take make my dough, Maga don't need pay. Maga don't need pay.
Reminiscing as I walk to my car, thinking about how we used to be. For Ekuma, I did ride Okada, and most times I did so carry. I wanted to change the way I live, but I didn't have to do those things. Now I'm rolling VIP, and all the girls wanna be like me. Yeah. You ask me how I deal with my reality. Gotta maga. He could have been my father or someone else's brother.
For me to buy correct motor, for me to take make my dough.
Still on court matters, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC is currently prosecuting one Eze Mark Anthony, who is the Managing Director, Dominos Vobiscom Investment Limited, before Justice B.M. Agishiri of the Federal High Court, Enugu State. Mark Anthony was arraigned on an 11-count charge bordering on obtaining money by false pretense to the tune of 600 million naira. Kamili Gaby has this and other reports. Please stay tuned.
The accused person is being prosecuted for allegedly diverting depositors' funds to personal use. His company, Dominus Vobiscom Investment Limited, had entered into short-term and long-term agreements with some depositors to invest in a land acquisition business. According to the terms of agreement, customers were asked to make various deposits to the company's account. The company will help them acquire the plots of land, and they will be earning returns on the land depending on the time the land is kept for. Any depositor who invests the sum of 26,000 naira per slot for 2 months was to get 6,000 naira, while those who signed a long-term agreement of 3 years will be given 30,000 naira per slot. After a number of depositors picked interest in the company's offer and invested their money, the accused person allegedly defaulted on the agreement reached with the depositors by not paying them the interest yielded as agreed. Aggrieved by his actions, the depositors wrote a petition to the EFCC. After investigations, the commission arrested Anthony and he was consequently arraigned. In a related development, the commission also arraigned the quartet of Emmanuel Nehemiah, Thomas Dauda Boman, Jamila Abdurrahman Garba, and Francis Kato David alongside their companies, Geldabs Ezoform Services Limited and Geldabs Investments Nigeria Limited, before Justice M.M. Kolo of the FCT High Court, sitting in Wuse, Abuja, on a 15-count charge bordering on conspiracy, fraud, and criminal breach of trust. The quartet allegedly swindled 50 subscribers to the tune of about 250 million naira in a bogus investment scheme. According to one of the victims, who invested the sum of 400,000 naira, the accused persons promised them 50% interest and any sum invested upon maturity after 60 days. Another victim alleged that she invested the sum of 800,000 naira, which she borrowed from one of the new generation banks, but neither received the interest promised nor was she able to get a refund of the principal invested. The accused persons all pleaded not guilty to the charges. Also arraigned by the commission is a former banker with a new generation bank, Friday Yahya, also known as Peter Arika. He was dragged before Justice Lawal Akapo of the Lagos State High Court, sitting in Ikeja, on a 16-count charge bordering on stealing, impersonation, and forgery. Yahya, a former marketing staff of the bank at Balogun Business Association Branch, Trade Fair Complex, Lagos, allegedly defrauded 9 customers of the bank by diverting their deposits to a tune of about 30 million naira into his personal account with the bank. His worst-hit victim was said to have lost over 20 million stolen from his account with the bank. When the charges were read to him, he pleaded not guilty. Still on prosecution, a notorious member of a syndicate of fraudsters operating in Ogun State, Basi Ohira, was also docked before Justice O.A. Ipaye of the Lagos High Court Ikeja on a 4-count charge bordering on possession of fraudulent documents, an offence contrary to Section 6, subsection 8b, and Section 1, subsection 3 of the Advanced Fee Fraud and Other Related Offences Act, CAP A6, laws of the Federation of Nigeria. Okiria, a 26-year-old, is accused of running a fake lottery scheme through which he tries to dupe unsuspecting members of the public. He is alleged to be a member of a deadly syndicate of fraudsters that were arrested in Abeokuta, Ijebu-Ode, and Shagamu in Ogun State recently. When the charges were read to the defendant, he pleaded not guilty.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
You're still watching the program, The Eagle. Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC, Ibrahim Lamurde, has promised to build a robust relationship with the National Lottery Regulatory Commission NLRC in fighting the menace of lottery scams and other unwholesome practices in the lottery sector.
Lamurde gave the assurance while signing a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the NLRC on ways to effectively combat fraud in the lottery sector in Nigeria. Kamali Gebi has more on this.
The EFCC boss assured that the EFCC would spare no effort towards cleaning up the industry of cheats and illegal lottery operators. He said the Commission will do its best to bring violators of laws to justice. According to him, under the new agreement, the Commission will make available its operatives with respect to enforcement of the National Lottery Act in the area of training, investigation and prosecution so as to have a joint team to clean up the system for the good of the country. Lamorde said there was a need to appoint focal persons to ease collaboration between the two agencies. In his remark, Director General of the National Lottery Regulatory Commission, NLRC, Adolphus Joe Ekpe, noted that the essence of the MOU was to fashion out areas of cooperation and collaboration between EFCC and NLRC with a view to tackling financial crimes in relation to lottery activities. He expressed concern over the increasing rate of illegal operators of lottery, saying some people have turned lottery to gambling, fraud and economic crime platforms. The NLRC boss thanked EFCC for its commitment to the war against economic and financial crimes in Nigeria and expressed belief that the collaboration between the two agencies will help stamp out illegal lottery operators from the industry.
Yes.
What is it?
Please, keep to yourself.
Chief Urabo, I got a telephone call.
Anytime I close my eyes,
Yes.
I see dead people chasing me in my sleep.
My Jehovah Magadam.
Is it possible for someone to become restless just because of his past deeds?
Nevertheless, unless you kill somebody dead, then the spirit will be haunted you. Hey! Was you all contractors?
I embezzled all the money for the roads that are now death traps, killing people every day. I approved the supplies of fake drugs on pipe and water. I embezzled the money at the fear, Chief.
You are supposed to fly a special land that the people of EFCC and chase people who are doing to submit other people money. EFCC, as soon as they capture them, straight to prison.
Chief,
Jail. How you are? Life are not just about acquire wealth, making money. When other people are didn't die of hunger and neglect. Be careful. EFCC I watch.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
Thank you for staying with us. Now to the story on the conviction of one Chidi Ibe Raymond by Justice M.A. Oyeteno of the Federal High Court, Port Harcourt, Rivers State.
Raymond was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment without an option of fine. Rahima Gombo is standing by with the report.
The convict was arrested on the 27th May 2008 by the Anti-Vandalization Squad of Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, along Anjuma Street behind Sassoon Hotel Trans Amadi Industrial Layout, Port Harcourt, in possession of petroleum products suspected to be adulterated AGO diesel, conveyed in Mercedes-Benz 1919 truck of 13,800 litres capacity with registration number XA982 SPR Bielsa, and handed over to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for further investigation and possible prosecution. He was arraigned by the EFCC on a 2-count charge after diligent prosecution. The judge found him guilty on all the counts and was convicted accordingly. In a similar vein, Justice Sabiu Yahuza of the Federal High Court Dutse, Jigawa State, convicted and sentenced one Bello Dominic Oiziamisi. He was sentenced to 1 year imprisonment with hard labor on a 1-count charge of obtaining by false pretense brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Bello, a student of Federal Polytechnic Auchi, Edo State, fraudulently displayed a car for sale on the internet, in which one Abdul Aziz Abdul Rahman eventually showed interest in buying. In the course of negotiation, the convict demanded from Abdul Rahman the sum of 100,000 to be used for registration, auction papers and clearance of the car. The money was wired to him through his account in one of the new generation banks. After an endless wait for the car to be delivered, it dawned on the victim that he had been scammed. Hence, he petitioned the EFCC. Justice Yahuza consequently convicted and sentenced Oziamisi to 1 year imprisonment with the option of 100,000 naira as fine. Still on convictions, on March 16, 2015, the Commission secured the conviction of the duo Ogochukwu Obi and Michael Daniel. The convicts were sentenced to 5 years imprisonment without an option of fine by Justice M.A. Onyetunu of the Federal High Court, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. They were prosecuted on a 2-count charge bordering on conspiracy and felony, following their arrest by officers of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, during a joint operation with the Nigerian Army in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Obi and Daniel were said to have been caught tampering with oil pipelines and thereby committed an offence contrary to Section 3, Subsection 6 of the Miscellaneous Offences Act, CAP M17, of the Revised Edition, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria Act, 2007, and punishable under Section 1, Subsection 7b of the same Act. Rahima Gambo reporting for the Eagle.
For me to buy correct motor, for me to take neck manual, Maga no need pay. Maga no need pay.
Reminiscing as I walk to my car, thinking about how we used to be. For Ekoma, I did ride Okada, and most times I did so carry. I wanted to change the way I live, but I didn't have to do those things. Now I'm rolling VIP, and all the girls wanna be like me. Yeah. You ask me how I deal with my reality. Gotta tell you truly, it ain't easy now. I feel the pressure to find something wrong to do. Then I remember you reap what you sow. Now I'm sitting staring at the screen of my computer, thinking really hard about what truly matters. What's with all this data? Just to catch a maga. He could have been my father or someone else's brother.
For me to buy correct motor, for me to take neck manual, Maga no need pay.
Aisha,
Yes.
I can see that the Commission is prepared and ready to go above the 127 convictions recorded in the previous year of 2014.
Yes, Aisha, you're right. I remember the Commission's chairman, Ibrahim Lamurthy, made a pledge to some legislators at the National Assembly while presenting the Commission's 2015 budget.
Yeah.
He said the EFCC is ready to upscale the number of convictions recorded. Last year, I can see the Commission is working hard, like you said, towards achieving a higher number and, keeping the record of convictions high and ensuring that most economic and financial crimes offenders are placed behind the bars.
Exactly. And we hope that the public will continue to give their support, because the war against economic and financial crimes cannot be won by the anti-graft agencies alone.
Oh yes, the success of the fight depends on you and I. Well, with that, we call it a day on today's edition of The Eagle. Please join us same time next week for another interesting edition.
To be part of this program, please send your contributions to info@efccnigeria.org or search for us on Google Plus at Official EFCC or Official EFCCNG@gmail.com. You can also like our page on facebook.com/Official EFCC or follow us on Twitter @Official EFCC.
And to watch our programs and other activities, please log on to youtube.com/Official EFCC. My name is Aisha Gambari. God bless Nigeria.
And I am Aisha Mohammed, hoping to see you next week, God's willing. Bye-bye.